coming to the end of 2020. The long nightmare is starting to draw to a close. But, I kind of find myself wondering, is it the long nightmare's closing, or are we getting to the real nightmare just about ready to begin? Yeah, since I'm sort of on the prepping side, I'm sort of a pessimist, like an immense pessimist on these kind of things when it comes to world events. So I'm sort of I think the big giant nightmare is about ready to get started. Ooh, we got a lot to talk about on that. But, I've been kind of absent and stuff like that, and people probably wondering, hey, Reed, what you been up to? And got messages. Reed, what you been up to? What are you doing, man? Well, life changes, actually. A lot of stuff going on. My dad has gotten very old, and he's, sort of on death's door. And my mom's has dementia. She's in a long-term care facility. My dad now needs long-term permanent care because of the number of strokes he had. The entire estate for the family that they had has been consumed. Every last penny eaten up by the medical costs. It's crazy how bad medical costs are at times. And it makes me really think I need some better plans for long-term medicine. And this is one of the areas I think the country is totally screwed on. Yeah. Stuff. So we had to, get the house that my dad, owned and everything like that, everything set and sold to make any money that was available. And surprisingly, what's weird enough, houses are selling right now. There's a lot of buying and selling going on the house market. So getting it sold wasn't that bad. We actually got it done, things like that. So there's some money, and it'll about $100,000 my parents will get to be able to pay for their care costs, and that will last about 1.5 years. Isn't that just depressing? Hopefully, as strange as that sounds, my dad will pass before the money wears out. But that's like one of the life changes I've been dealing with all this stuff like that. Lee and I are trying to get a ton of things done around the house. We got all sorts of construction to do. She is highly tired a lot of days and stuff like that, worn out from everything going on in work. And so trying to motivate her and get her going, been a challenge. It's a challenge, I say. I keep trying to talk her into intravenous coffee, but she's still leery about it. I don't know. I think it's a good idea. What do you guys think? Intravenous coffee. It sounds like a win to me. But she's like, I don't like that idea, Reed. She doesn't really buy into the mad scientist knows best all the time philosophy. I'm still working on that. I figure a cattle prod might help. She's over there just glaring at me right now, if you're wondering. And stuff. Now the gardens are wrapping up and stuff like that. I got to dig up potatoes. I got sweet potatoes to dig up. I've got giant turnips we're going to get out. Yeah, we'll show you guys all of them going on. I got building to do around here. I got to get some other things. And I got a special series coming. I was thinking about this for a long time. I've had lots of people ask me, hey, Reed, what's a good solar setup? Hey, Reed, what's a good basic solar setup? And then I start talking numbers. I say 2,500 watts, 3,000 watts, 4,000 this, blah, 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 blah. And guess what? Steve said, cut with the numbers, dude. I don't get it. Now, I've been involved with electricity, solar stuff, and all that stuff for decades upon decades now. I'm old. Yeah, I'm old now. I do feel that. But it's crazy when you start to be able to say, yeah, I've been doing that for decades. But numbers and all that stuff, the interchanges of what these things mean, the numbers are the currency of this sort of thing. The only thing is, most people don't know this at all. They have no background in this. They don't know what it means. They don't really know how to judge it. It'd be like, going to a foreign country, like, I don't know, Argentina, and they give you a bunch of money and you're like, different denominations, different note values and stuff. Is coffee supposed to cost 2,000 whatevers? I mean, they don't know. So we're going to go into that, educate, dial it in, give people great examples. Your microwave, 1,500 watts, and sort of dial it in. Like, this inverter can run X microwaves at once, and so on and so forth. You just give some educational videos. The other thing we're going into, I got planned, we're going to go into a solar recipe. Like, if you want a solar system to start with, something to run things, power things, stuff like that you can also grow and build on, I got one for you. Wayne asked me about this. If you don't know Wayne, you can go check him up at The Ungrateful Peasant. He's up here. Go check him out. And he's asked me about this and stuff like that. So I'm putting it together. Finally got the last part I needed to showcase all this. We're going to build something. We're going to show it, show everything off, and then there you go. Solar recipe you guys can use and adapt and grow for, and there you go. And also for my good friend Anthony at Palomino Prepared. He's up here. Go check him out there. He has a well pump, it's like that. And so I wanted something also that I could give as a recipe that he could use so that if everything goes absolutely bonkers, he has a way to drive the well pump so he still has water for his house. Very important thing, water. I mean, I live in a desert. Trust me, I know the importance of water. So I got a great method where we can run a deep well pump off of 12-volt batteries. Yeah. I know, sounds crazy. But we're going to go into that, cover everything. It'll make a lot of sense. And I'm hoping people will like this simple recipe. Buy this, get this for a reasonable cost and get you started. That's what I was aiming for. Can run a lot of appliances effectively. There's some caveats. There's always a bunch of yeah buts on this one. A lot of yeah buts. All right. But this will be something that can give you a good amount of power, run a lot of stuff like that. And with a little bit of life changes, you can make things work well. And even run a well pump to get water and be set. Okay. Now, Palmetto will probably have to get a cistern or a holding tank because of some of the yeah buts involved there, but that's not a huge issue. Getting it deep out of the ground from 200 feet, that's an issue, And I actually am going to do some stuff on my well. I'm going to show you guys about it, how it works and all that, and show you what if everything completely exploded? What is my backup plan? If my well pump suddenly failed and it's grid down, what do I do? And I've got a plan for that too. It's just manual labor is a difficult thing. Manual labor eats a lot of us. And, Steve, Anthony, and I, we've been talking a lot offline, stuff like this about, a lot of things in the prepping community and how we are severely disappointed in a lot of people in the community. It's like they don't think in full things. They only see the first effect of an issue. They can't see the secondary effects, the third effects, and how it goes down that, we're going to plan to do without is really going to bite you in the rear end hard, nasty hard, that they're not seeing the scope of the choice that they're making right now. And it's have you cut off the water? Have you cut off your gas and your electricity and lived that way for a couple months? Have you done this? If you say, no, I haven't done that yet, but, we got a plan. No, no good on the plan. So Steve originally started arguing from one point of view on this, and Anthony and I were talking up from another point of view on this, and we've gone back and forth. I think we finally have a way to try to show the subtleties hammered out about this. And, Steve, he's got very elegant arguments the way he presents stuff, usually language break. And if you don't know who Steve is, go check him out. Link up there, down in the description as well. But we really need to dig into this and talk about this issue of, Steve calls it the quality of life argument. And I think it's a good way he puts it, the quality of life argument. Me, it's technology, being a higher standard of living, and, the ability to have technology and stuff like that to move forward. And there's a lot to unpack and go in through this. And it shows how much the community, I don't know why so many people have their... Okay, I won't say that. Yeah, because YouTube will be very mad at me because there was going to be several 4-letter words and I was going to probably end up on a giant rant tear there. But it's really, really depressing. They're just not seeing the point, missing it by miles. So we're going to go into that, and I'm going to try my best to point it out. And I think I know how to do it and show how much food you're going to need, how much closer to the line this is going to put you, to really try to educate on some of this, that why having the appliances is good, having the electricity is good, why keeping as much of a technology as we can is a very impressive thing. I mean, it's easy to hold up, hey, antibiotics, these are important, these will save your life. Oh yeah, direct first primary effect, easy to understand, easy to see. You get horribly sick, this can save you from death. But that's modern technology. Why don't you just plan to do without, as they say? Well, we're going to show that also about the electricity and a bunch of other things where, that's just as important, people. It really is. So there's my quick rambling video for the day. We're going to get into this, and I'm going to be aiming to get a lot more out again. Like I said, life changes going on. My back is a giant mess. I am really hoping I don't need back surgery, really hoping, but If I do, I'm going to try to get it done as soon as I can versus later because, like I said, that deep nightmare just might be coming right around the corner. And yeah, I'm pessimistic that way. But I pessimistically think of it that way and then work to handle it. You know, hope for the best, but plan for the worst. Lee's out there, why are you such a sourpuss? But anyways, this time really, I'll chat with you guys later. Have a great time, everyone. And if you've had life changes and other stuff going on in 2020, leave a comment. Tell me about what's going on in your lives. How has this affected you? See ya. Read out.